Hey everybody, so we don't have a game right and available just yet. Looks like we'll be waiting a moment or two. But Nurture and Guru actually just shaped up. Oh, but they're already in game. That was quick.
Well, damn.
I was actually looking for that like while I was typing. But yeah, unfortunately it looks like we'll be waiting a couple minutes then for one of the other matches. So Rainer to get an opponent, Elazer get an opponent. I would actually love if Socke surprised us with a victory over Matisse and had Elazer versus Socke, which actually just happened 2-0.
Hey.
So that'll be kind of interesting. I guess I'll let you go poke them. That map will be on Apotheosis.
Okay.
And let me join in on that lobby.
Yeah, well, Lasers be right back, so he might not take the invite immediately.
But oh boy, this Reddit thread has some level-headed people in it and some not so brain thinky people in it, we'll say. For those who missed, I guess, the big hullabaloo, I don't want to go into too much detail because we put most of our thoughts out in the Facebook post, which I guess other people want to turn into drama when there really isn't. We were notifying our fans and letting people know. Like, you'll notice I didn't make a Reddit post or a big Team Liquid post or anything like that. We posted on the Facebook for our fans that the reasoning of why we won't be trying to cover the Kespa Cup qualifiers coming up, and you know, a general thank you for supporting us. Because I mean, look at what's going on right now. We got the WESG, this massive tournament, more prize money than anyone's ever seen in StarCraft 2. There's qualifiers going on right now, and we're having a great time excuse me, casting the Corsair Cup. You know, I really like that we can focus on what we do, and entirely that's on you guys who allow us to do this. Those who help grow the channel, who watch, who tune in, who donate, subscribe, etc. Like, no matter what small way or big way you contribute to BaseTradeTV, thanks to you guys, we can focus on our own events. We don't have to worry about something like the Kespa Cup. The reason we're not trying to cast the Kespa Cup is because they're trying to pull some really just, I'll say, untoward stuff. Regarding they want revenue sharing, and that includes all revenue earned during a broadcast. A lot of people seem to be thinking it's just ad revenue. They're asking for a lot, and the discussions that haven't been posted publicly are some things like Kespa doesn't really care that they'd only make like $4 on it. It's the principle of the matter and things like this. So we're really not interested in dealing with that at all. So we'll just focus on our stuff. You know, again, we got the temporary team leagues coming up, Corsair Cups, Alima League's happening later tonight. Was it like 3 a.m. start time, whatever, Tuesday morning? So I'm glad that we have our own stuff that we can focus on, and we don't have to actually deal. Because 2 years ago, we would have had to suck this up. We would have had to bite the bullet and be like, okay, whatever like meager amounts of money we get, we'll have to give to Kespa. You know, keep in mind too, because there's this argument that people seem to think we get like tons of donations on BaseTradeTV. Despite our viewership numbers, we're not like a lot of personal streamers where people are just donating nonstop to get Zombie Rep's attention or my attention, because we don't play that game, because we haven't shaped the channel that way. We don't get donations that way either. So
yes,
you'll notice down here, this top Korean caster, if somebody were to donate literally as little as $2, they would get the highest donation of the day. So the point is, as you can clearly see, we're not raking in the dough. So for us to have to, not want to, but have to share any of what little we make already is just not appealing. Or, oh, I almost put your camera on by habit. Or ideal. So that's why we're not getting into it. So I don't know. If you want to read more, check out the Facebook posts. You can read the replies on Reddit, but truthfully, it's just a headache because people are trying to make drama where there's not. And I don't really understand why. There's actually some really good discussion yesterday on Twitter between, you had like Nathanias, Heyoka, even Chanman threw his 2 cents in. Like, a lot of people got into discussion on Twitter yesterday, but it was during the WCS finals, so a lot of people probably missed out on that. I would say that was probably the best conversation stuff I got to read regarding this topic. But at any rate, moving on, We are in a brand new best of 3, and once again, shout out to Corsair for making all this happen in this week's Corsair Cup. Spawning the top left side of the map, he is going to be one of the better Zergs Europe has to offer. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Elazer.
The bottom right, as the red Protoss, he's Socke.
Man, I would love to host like an old school battle match royale where you've got Socke, you've got Happy Zerg, you bring in Damaga, you bring in Happy, or like Braddock, who started playing again more recently. Like the older players who haven't really been around until, I guess, some of them have decided to take up the reins of StarCraft again. Socke's actually not been playing too badly either, and whoa.
He's been, he kind of like, first we missed his debut, I suppose, after his like 6-month hiatus or whatever. But we did cast him shortly after that. It wasn't that great. He's been steadily improving though over the last, I think it's been a month and a half since we first got to cast him. And it doesn't sound like a very long time, but I swear he's just looked more and more confident. It usually comes down to like he has good macro, good builds, somewhat good decision making, and then he goes for a fight, and that's where he's just still like a much lower point than the best Protosses in the world right now is when those fights actually come down. That's kind of what I expect here. So, you know, actually matching a Elazer gold base for gold base, that's a little bit risky. That's not exactly what all Protosses are doing on Apotheosis, but it is going to work out okay for him here.
Yeah, quick shout out to Zelane89 for the 2-month resub, but I forgot to draw the winner of that code giveaway. So if you want to give me a countdown real quick, so we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I like how you sang that. That was nice. Shoutouts to Firelicious! Firelicious, if you're in chat, you just won the Stormlord Falstad skin. I'll get you a picture and I'll PM it to your Twitch after this game's done, because I have to actually observe things. Actually, yeah. I'm going to follow these links for a second, because unfortunately, I thought this was something I could peel off. They have like the scratch-on thing like it's a lottery ticket.
I wonder why they do that. Maybe so they don't sell them.
Let's be honest, it's more fun. Like if
yeah,
you're
I really wonder if it's just more fun.
All right, so I'm gonna scratch this off. I'll take a picture. I'll send it to you after the game. There we go. Oh, this made a mess. I didn't think about that. Anyways, we still got a couple other cool codes to give away, guys. Twitch Turbo code, 2 more Heroes of the Storm skins. We'll raffle those off as the stream goes on.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay, the gold base is perhaps a bit of a vulnerability. This gets scouted and revealed. Elazer now knows the gold base is down. And Socke did kind of an interesting thing where he still walled off his natural. The concern I was going to have was in doing this, you do kind of leave that gap to run through. But this is set up nicely, so if he does expand to his natural base for his third, he'll already be set up for it SimCity-wise. But oh, Elazer is not looking to get in here with much. He's going to make an Overlord and drop some Banelings on top of those gold mineral patches. And the problem with gold mineral patches is because there's less of them, everything is more stacked up. Yeah. Normally, I'm a big fan of the 2 Baneling, 2 Zergling drop that Elazer's doing. I actually think 4 Banelings would be far more effective in this one particular instance.
Marauders! I agree.
It should shoot up. That's how
I agree.
Mixed Crimson. Well, that wasn't the Korean donation number, because you found one of our secret donation amounts. You get to be the top Korean broadcaster.
Nice.
All right, so the overcharge is going to drive that off pretty quick, but that's not going to be the end of it. The mothership, of course, is going to have to burn 1 more to stop this Overlord from getting to those minerals.
Maybe. Elazer might just wait for him not to be noticing, though, as well. Or might try and go to the natural. This is actually not the natural. So it should be... There we go, at the third base. And Socke is not paying attention. He could probably... I don't know why he still didn't go for it, though. Those are Banelings in there. Well, oh well. The point is, at one point, Socke is going to be out of overcharges, or he's not going to be paying attention, and he's going to lose a lot of probes to that Baneling drop. And that's something that Elazer definitely wants to have happen. Like, he was supposed to be the only one to get away with the gold. The fact that Socke also got away with the gold...
This is a sick fake out. He's like, look over here. The probes get pulled, but really, the Overlord's going in over here. Banelings go out, and unfortunately, all the probes go down. 2 barely live to tell the story.
Yeah, and nothing happened in the main base, which Socke is only just, I think, figuring out.
I love that that was a fake out, though. That was so cool. I like that he did that.
Yeah.
But the Ling's going to surround on everything that's left. There's not another overcharge for 2 more seconds. 16 probes go down, and this hurts a lot for Socke.
He definitely needed to do that damage, though. Like, he was at even, I think, a lower probe worker count.
Yeah, I mean, look at the
Because he
end
went
too.
for...
Like, he wasn't winning
those
at all. That
lanes.
spikes the hell up when that fight begins. This is when the first probe pull gets
Yeah.
good on the main. This is when the bailings hit.
Yeah. Certainly an abusive situation here that unfortunately Socke can't really return. You know, he tried the Adepts and they just got cleaned up. Wasn't too difficult. Phoenix unfortunately missed the Overlord, maybe? Yeah, okay, they have to drop it. Oh, they went with Soccer. That Soccer was
yeah.
kind of a boss.
I think it was kind of like an A move by accident there.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad. I don't really know why Socke went for double Stargate.
Uh-oh.
One Stargate just to deal with the Overlords. Okay, I can kind of see the reasoning in that.
Oh,
but double Stargate against someone who's going for Ling Baneling. That just sounds like very unintuitive.
Oh, this just went to hell in a handbasket, Zombie Grub. I mean, I like everything Elazer's doing. I don't want to say Soccer's doing anything bad. In fact, I bet you this beats most average Zerg players, but a lot of really clever tactics to get around it.
I would really say that... Okay, so the one Baneling drop is almost guaranteed to happen, I feel, whether, like, in any matchup. In ZvZ, we've seen certainly enough times where they take these gold bases and Banelings hit. We see it versus Terran occasionally and versus Protoss well enough times, but he didn't go for anything that was actually that helpful on the ground. He went for Resonating Glaives, but then he didn't go for any more gateways. He's only on 3 gateways still, for instance. He went for double Stargate, and then everything happened at once. He couldn't really get to a good Phoenix count. Even if he did, that wouldn't help him against a Ling Baneling flood. I actually don't really get this response. So...
Well, I think part of it, for at least the Phoenixes, makes sense. You want to stop the Overlords, but you're right.
But that's one Stargate.
Yeah.
And sometimes that isn't actually worth it.
Void Rays, maybe. Oracles, I don't know, something other than what's happening here. Unfortunately, the Banelings do still manage to get through. Of course, a little bit late. Oh, gosh. Yeah, this is a little too much. Even if he were to SimCity behind this, like he's trying to do to replace the walls, there's just so many lings, and it's non-stop, right? Like, there's more coming down the middle of the map. There's even Queens here on the front lines.
Yeah.
Overlords drop and creep.
I mean,
that's game. GG.
Make no mistake, Elazer was borderline all-inning every single time he did this. Like, he needed to get probe kills because he was only on, like, 37, and then he was only at 45, and then even there, he was only at 50, even though he's on 4 bases. That fourth is really like a macro hatchery. So, certainly to see Socke, like, die to it is not just like, oh, Socke played really bad. It just was like, I think he didn't quite grasp how offensive Elazer was going to be. Like, he thought that there'd be a break where he could take a breath and get to a good number of Phoenix, and there never was.
Well, while we get this next game up, I'm going to take a picture of that code and get it to Firelicious ASAP. Oh, that's selfie mode. Oops. Unless you want a beautiful selfie Firelicious, I can give you one of those too.
I hate selfie mode. Just because the one time I want to take a selfie, I don't put it back after, and so next time I'm just like,
right.
Oh, God.
You're like, you got the camera angle like below your chin, and it's like, oh my god, what did I just see? Gotta DM that. Anyways, yeah, we got more skin codes and cool stuff to give away, guys. I want to get rid of all the stuff that I have extra. I also, oh, you know what? I said we were gonna try and do co-op after, if we had time.
Yeah.
I'm now realizing that might not be an option because I still have to mail you and a couple other people a lot of stuff from PAX. So I should probably do that today instead of slacking. Unrelated though, guys, I got this cute as fuck chest pin. Look at him, he's like a little sleepy baby. He's my favorite Pokemon. I always pick him to start with too. He's like he's the only generation I pick a grass starter for. I know everyone goes with the fire one, but chest pin's so cute. Look at him.
Wait, how did we get 2 of mine?
2 of what?
2 of my... Oh no, we got Marauders should shoot up, and on a 10 scale, on a scale 10, I'm a 10, and you got 2 claps. That's how it went down.
What are we talking about?
Got more donations.
Oh, those didn't come up on stream.
Yeah, we've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4 donations
we
at
did.
this point.
All right. Hang on, I can play these manually to fix it. Oh, we know what it is. Okay, I know. Because I don't have the alert box set up out of game screen because I had the alert box open and I closed it because it was double echoing. Okay, so hang on. We're going to do test donations, but really it's going to be for real people, okay? So, let's get this overlay set up first. So the first one to come in was a $2 donation from Apollo the Cat. That's just like normal donation, so test donation. Yay! Shout out to Paul Kespa's Design Group. Give me attention. Kespa, whoa. Kespa donates $10 and says, here's some cash. Maybe you can forgive us. But $10, oh, spoiler alert, is one of the secret ones for the hot scale.
I'm not gonna drunk. Oh, on the hot scale, I'm a 10, baby.
You are a 10, baby. And then Fueled by Gaming donates $6. Said, it's not much, but I really appreciate what you guys do for the StarCraft 2 scene. Thanks a lot. Well, thank you guys so much for your donations. They are super duper appreciated. But Mix Crimson still sits on top as the Korean caster with $20 donated earlier today. But anyways, now that we're caught up, and I guess I'll have to look into fixing that for the out-of-game overlay. Spawning here at the bottom left side of the map, leading the series 1-0. It is the red Zerg player Elazer.
In the bottom right, as the teal Protoss, is Socke.
But this is weird. This was Zaki's map pick for losing, and to pick into New Gettysburg as a Protoss versus Zerg doesn't bode well, in my opinion. In fact, I think it's a terrible idea. We watched too many games on this map. You go towards this third base, they just can't fend off the endless hordes of Zerg that Elazer are certainly willing to throw at them. I mean, maybe Socke gets to this immortal count that's so good, and maybe this and maybe that, but just generally speaking, between watching Drogo and many other good Protoss players, I think we see more people die at that third on this map than win.
Yeah, I agree. You know, if you don't die at the third base, then you die between the third and the natural just by being overwhelmed. I think the appeal for some players is that it is almost a guaranteed 3-base map. That's just the way things have gone and kind of Legacy of the Void in general, but also especially on maps like this where the fastest path is very quickly the worst path to take, so you don't, although in this case I think Elazer will be using it. And then the other path is, you know, it's not going to be used. Zerg player feels okay going to 4 bases just as a Protoss player feels okay going to 3. But I agree, like after you get to 3 bases, it's still like a really, really hard time. I don't know if it's exactly like a good thing. But it doesn't matter what Socke was really thinking on this map because Elazer's the one's going to be controlling it here. He did go for the natural at the third because he was forced to with the pylon block, and unfortunately Zaki's not really bothering to re-scout that natural after the pylon died, so he won't be seeing this all-in coming.
Yeah, if you just assume that it's going to be 3 bases behind it, it's going to go badly. So, with the Roaches already on deck, a Void Ray potentially could save the day as the Stargate gets started, but, I mean, even if you chrono that out, that's a long time off. By the way, Firelicious, if you're still lurking about the stream, check your inbox. You should have a picture with that code. Let me know if there's any troubles redeeming your prize, and I'll see if I can get that taken care of. These are codes, by the way, I just picked up from the PAX party, the Heroes of the Storm party. Yo, they were handing them out just like, you know, you hand out cards like a normal person would. And I was like, no, you gotta do it like drug dealers, right? You gotta make it all cool, like, yo, what's up? And give them like the handshake with the card inside of it. Two of the three girls absolutely got into it. The third one was like, no, that's stupid.
Phoenixes aren't going to be able to help that much. Maybe picking up one key Ravager or one Roach isn't the worst. But
I don't think so. I think you need something that's going to deal damage, like an
you
Oracle, a Void Ray especially. There we go. Cancels and goes for it.
But
it might be too late already.
Yeah.
This was a great move out of Elazer, by the way, to kind of use Sake's pylon block almost against him, like that knowledge and that assumption that comes with it. Oh, that's going to depower the Stargate.
Yeah.
Oh, that was his only hope. And even then, that may not have done it. GG. Elazer will take this series 2-0. Oh. Loud, perfect timing from who just stole the top Korean caster spot. That was oh, it's not updating on the thing. Milus something. I don't want. There, Nilsinar.
Thank you.
Nilsinar donates $50 and says, "Love your stream. Fuck the haters. Have a nice day, dude. Thank you so much, and we absolutely will." Oh, that's right. I got to put an alert box here to get the sounds before we miss a bunch again, or I miss a bunch again. Technically, it's my fault. All right, there we go. We'll just put that there. Bloop, right in the middle.
This is odd.
What's that?
Alive messaged me asking if we wanted to stream him.
Dude, I'm telling you, Alive is after your heart, girl. I'm just saying, like. Yeah, if they haven't started yet, but it's also him versus Keen. So you want to see if they want to play in Korea? Because we could totally compensate and see them on Korea. We're gonna go to commercial break, guys. It's looking like we'll do a TVT of Keen versus Alive when we return, though. As you can see, the sun is coming in. My forehead is actually a different color than the rest of my face from this light coming in. Jesus. So we'll see you guys here in 2 minutes. Thank you for watching. We'll be back soon.